everyone, how are you today? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How is your day going? Everything amazing, everything fine. I really hope it's that. In today's video, I thought that since I'm doing all these videos trying or baking something for the first time, I thought to myself, maybe it's time to do a video where I can actually tell you how it's done. Of course, by the title you've been noticed that I'm not baking and I'm actually cooking, making food. Healthy food. Well, yeah, healthy. Let's go with healthy food. It's around 6 p.m. and I want to make dinner and I'm going to do it. I'm just saying that I want to make dinner. We actually been a couple of days, we've been shopping for our food, so I actually bought some peppers. Now I make this type of recipe. This is how we were making in my house back in Romania, and this is how I learned to do it. This is how I like to eat it. And of course you can do it with a soup. Today I'm making stuffed peppers with minced meat and sauce. To be more specific, red sauce. This type of dish, a lot of parts of Romania and even some of my family members, they are eating it with a soup. They are just boiling stuffed peppers and they're just eating with the soup, and that's just amazing. It's very tasty as well, but I like to do it with sauce. Now there are many ways to do this recipe, this type of dish, but this is the way that I learned to do it, and this is how I like to eat them basically. So since, like I said, I've done all these videos me trying to do something, I decided today that I'm going to show you how I do this type of stuffed peppers. Nader likes them, he eats them as well, and I like to do them because it's a dish from home and I like to do it. And it's very delicious. So let's go into the kitchen and I'll give you more details and I'll explain everything as I go. Let's go, let's go. So welcome back to my kitchen. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the first episode of Cooking Dinner with Petryna. Wow, that was so lame, sorry. So I'm going to start with the peppers. I have here peppers, and usually I try to buy like these sizes, like these sizes. But I also have like bigger ones. These ones usually I use them for cooking because I like to put the peppers, these green peppers, in a lot of dishes. I make chicken with a lot of sauce, like vegetable sauce, and I like to put it in the soup. Oh yeah, where I'm going with this is that I usually try to make 6. There's times they are coming 7, but that's not an issue, but I try to make 6. And the reason is why, because if I make more, they will not be eaten, and if I make 6, we will have like 2 each for each meal. But usually I eat 1, but when I have this dish, I eat like 3-4 times a day because they are my favorites. I really like this dish. So I'm going to remove everything from inside and then clean it. I'm not cleaning it now because I'm going to clean it afterwards, because they are little like seeds, they are getting stuck inside, so with the water it will get cleaner. So I'm going to show you how I do this. So I take like this small knife and I just go and cut it here on the top all the way, and then remove the cap and take as much as I can from all of this, all these seeds. Oh, for this one, all the seeds they came out, but there are sometimes that the seeds get stuck inside, so I just wash them so everything will be out. So this is how I do it. Okay, now let me do the other 5 ones. Ta-da! So now I'm going to wash them and just let them dry. But you see what I mean? There are still seeds there, so that has to be cleaned. So let's clean them. So I leave the peppers to get dry and all the extra water to go away. And then I'm going to prepare like the filling, the stuffing, the things that you put inside, you know. So I have here half beef, half pork, pig, or how do you prefer it. So I put half and half. This meat looks like this because it's actually been frozen and now defrosted, so kind of changed the color, but there's no problem. The meat is still good. Why the meat is frozen? You know, I have to defrost it is because this type of meat, like the pork, I bring it from Romania. This is from the pigs that my father and my sister, they growing those type of pigs, and we have the meat from them. There you go. But I bring this meat from Romania, and I put it in the small bags just because I try not to waste a lot, and if we cook a lot we waste a lot because it will stay in the fridge for a few days and it will not be that tasty, and we don't like to eat the food after it stayed in the fridge for too many days. And for me, if I eat it like maybe 3 times the same type of food, I get bored and I don't eat it anymore. So that's one thing. The second thing is back in Romania we are doing these stuffed peppers only with pork. After being in Dubai for 6 years and I don't eat pork that often, my stomach is not used to it that much with pork anymore, so every time I eat only pork it's very heavy on my stomach. So I put half beef and half pork and it would not be that heavy for my stomach. Do you understand me? Because even when I go home and I only eat like pork for the first time after a while that I haven't eaten only pork, it's quite heavy and I don't have any problems with my stomach. It's just a very uncomfortable situation till my stomach get used to it with again. So story time over. So like I said, this is my meat here, half pork and half beef. I know the beef looks like it's more, but it's not. I just fluff it away when I took it out from the bag. The next step is rice. Myself and Nader, we are using this type of rice a lot in our cooking, and we like to use this one because it comes in this nice bag. So I'm actually using one bag for this meat, and I don't mind there is more rice or less, but I like to use this type of bag. I don't even remember for how long we use this type of rice, but it's very nice, and you can place it like in the water with the bag, and you place it in your sink. You just put cold water and done. You don't need to use so many tools. So I'm going to wash now this rice and place it on the meat. You see, it's nice and clean, all the water is gone, so the rice goes in. Now it's time for spices. Time for spicy time. I put black pepper, and this is just for your taste. Like, I cannot say it, even for the rice. You like with a lot of rice, you can put a lot of rice. You can measure the ratio to the meat and rice, or I don't know. I don't have a measurement for this. Same for the pepper, you put as you want. Then salt, and all the spices you put them as well in the sauce. I like to add also a teaspoon of paprika and some parsley. And the last thing is 1 egg. And we place this one whole egg just so everything will stay together. When we place it in the peppers and they will start boiling, all the composition will come out if you don't put the egg. But of course, I like to put the egg. You don't have to. And now we mix all together. This dish is, I remember that I said at the beginning of the video that it's my favorite like Romanian dish, but I have others that I like even more. But it's one of my favorites for sure. I just love it. Love, love, love it. And you will think, oh my god, it's a lot of work. You need to do the peppers, you need to do the compositions, you need to do and you need to do. But it's actually not that time consuming. Mix all together. And since I have 2 types of meat, I really need to mix them all together. Very good. What I like to do is to put some tomato paste. I use this one from Heinz, and it's very concentrated. So I like to use this one, and I like to put 2 teaspoons inside. My sister Christina is actually doing this with the sarmale, a very traditional Romanian dish, and she is putting in the composition a little bit of tomato sauce or paste, whatever you like, whatever you have, and it tastes amazing. So I learned from her to do this type of thing, and it's good. It's good. So my stuffing is ready. This is how it looks like. Yay! Let's stuff these peppers. So I place the camera here so you can see what I'm doing. So I take the pepper and put the stuffing inside, and you just want to go like on the edges very well for the stuffing. Something like this. I don't think you can see it, it's too dark. You see? Like this. I don't fill it up like the entire pepper. I just leave some space just because of the rice. It will boil, so it needs some space. So the first stuffed pepper looks like this. Now what I like to do is to put a little bit of flour right here on top. And to do this, just to seal it inside. When they start boiling, they will not go like all the stuffing will go everywhere. So like this, wherever is like extra of flour, I just throw it. Ta-da! So I place them now in this pan. No, what is this called? Pot. What? I place them in here. And I try to place them like standing like this. They will mix when they start boiling, but just for the moment, try to put it like this. And this is like a bigger one, so. And then I'm going to place hot water and then just put them on the boil. So the peppers, they look like this. I'm just going to let them boil. You see, they already start moving. But the flour helps the stuffing not to get out. So we just let them to boil. Now depends on everyone how much you let them to boil. For me, usually I let them to boil till I see like the rice start boiling. When that happens, I start to make my sauce. So see when that happens. This is how they look now. And I'm going to start to do my sauce. So the way I do the sauce is I just put a pan on the stove, so it has to be hot, and then I put oil, half olive oil, half sunflower oil. Back in Romania we are cooking a lot with sunflower oils. We don't use that much the olive oil just because it's quite expensive, so we use for cooking a lot of sunflower oil. For me, I try to cook a lot with olive oil, but some type of dishes I like to use sunflower oil. So here I put half and half. And after that I put 1 onion and I cut it in 4 and I put it in the hot oil and just leave it for a few minutes just to change the color and give a little bit of taste to my sauce. After that I remove the onion and then I put, depends on how much sauce do you want, or do you want it to be like the sauce very thick or very runny or very thin, but I like to put 2.5 tablespoons of flour. Then I leave it a little bit in the oil and then I put some paprika. This is only for color purposes. And then I put the tomato paste. I mix it around and then I add some tomato juice. After that I put my pepper and salt and I add a cup of water and leave it boil like very low temperature. Just leave it boil for at least 2 minutes. After it's boiled, well, I think it's boiled, I transfer it and I add it to my stuffed peppers. If you want more liquid, you can add water before. Just put hot water, don't put cold water. Try to put hot water if you add it to the stuffed peppers. I don't know why, I just do it that way and I think it's better. I don't know, just a thing that I do. Don't take it as an advice, it's just a thing that I personally do. Then I add the sauce stuffed peppers and I just leave it boil till I think it's done, or you can taste actually sauce for salt, for pepper. If you want to boil more, any other purposes, you can actually try the sauce on. And basically you just let them boil with the sauce and the stuffed pepper till you basically want. They are boiling. Look how good they look. I'm going to reduce the temperature now for the stove and just leave it for at least 10 minutes more so they can boil all together. Delicious. So they are done. Oof, can't wait to have one. So here we have it. I'm only having one because I'm hungry but not that hungry, so I'm only having one. And the way that I like to have them, it's just remove this, the actual pepper. Ooh, move the pepper so it will get cool faster. Ooh, you can see the steams. They're still very hot. So I have here my food and bread. I just put some sugar. Nader eat it without sugar, and in my family I think I'm the only one, maybe my sister. I think one of my sisters, she likes to put sugar as well, but they usually eat it without sugar. But even when I was a little girl, I think it was just a trick that my mom, may God rest her soul in peace, she was doing it for me so I can eat more. So I still have that thing to put sugar in my sauce for this type of dish. So I put sugar, bread, the first taste. So good. Delicious. Every time I say delicious, delicious, but it is delicious. So good. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoy it, that you will prepare it. Why not? It's quite an easy dish. It's not that hard. There is a lot of steps, but they are not hard steps, if I may say so. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Don't forget to leave a comment, to like if you did, and I sure see you next time. Bye!